Alright, so today we're going to be doing Doom Raid Lane 4, which is this lane. It starts with the easier tech nodes, runs through Mystic, then Mutant, then Bio, and then Skill. And we're going to do probably all the way to about right here comfortably. I will tell you where I throw burns in here if I do throw them, but I'm going to pretty much try and do all of these in one shots. We're going to start with the tech nodes here. I do have Doom, so this might make it a little bit different for some people than others, but you can do this without Doom. In this section specifically, you can sub in right here. Some people are subbing Scientist Supreme, some people are subbing Ultron. You can even use Falcon for the speed. So this, if you're doing lane 4, you can do this part without Dr. Doom. Now I will say, if you go, I can basically put these on auto for this first couple nodes here. But if you go over to lane 6 and you get up to tech in lane 6, this same team right here gets really just crushed on the Dr. Doom node, the boss node. So I'm not 100% sure on that one yet. I'm thinking it's probably going to either need to be Falcon. I've tried for speed to get my Doom to speed before the other Doom, and it works okay. And then the other thing that I am thinking about is actually using Yellow Jacket. And I don't have Yellow Jacket that built up, but I think he might actually be pretty vital to beating Dr. Doom on lane 6 tech node. But anyways, these first couple nodes here are, like I said, pretty easy. I can typically do them on auto. I do want to have the cooldown set though, so I am going to kind of play it out here. I don't want to go into Mystic nodes without Dr. Doom's cooldowns the right way. And then even going into the next node, if I don't have that set up, that sometimes can be a problem as well. So you can put these on auto, but you know, might not be advised. You can see I did just lose Ghost there, which is okay. We've got a Minerva revive. 2, and then 3. And I will actually save the Hawk. Alright, well that just crashed on me, so we're gonna pop back in here. We'll waste some energy, and now I'm gonna have to waste a heal too because I didn't get to use my Minerva revive. At least I was recording that though, so I can submit that to Scopely. What happened with the time? I don't know. There was no reason that we should have lost that though. We used Doom's ult and then it was over. But interesting. We'll go ahead and finish this up. Anti-Venom is kind of a pain here. Ant-Man and Stature taunting back and forth are also kind of a pain, but not a big deal. Everyone's heal blocked. It's not going to be super helpful. Let's try and just get some people off the board here. Let's flip those. We'll D up. We don't even really need the D up there. Let's get Stature off, and then Ant-Man. Start getting rid of some of these extra pieces here. We want to get rid of Wasp because she can do that, but it's fine. Let's slow him down. Basic. Let's get rid of Ant-Man. We'll take out Wasp. Let's slow her down. And we'll just do this because it's going to take a minute to kill Venom and Anti-Venom. We'll just start resetting cooldowns for the next node here. I still don't really know what happened on that crash there. It's really weird, but whatever. This will be my first time actually running the Mystic nodes with Silver Surfer, so that'll be interesting. I'm going to try and run them the whole way through. That'll be a little different. Pretty sure he gets to go again here. I want that D up on the opener for the next wave. Next node, excuse me. Alright, let's clean this up. Great. That was a great waste of energy. Alright, we'll pop into the boss here. We're going to run the exact same team. Typically, you know, I can just throw this on auto. It's not an issue. I will play it out for a minute. Playing it out because of Doom, you can actually use his special, whereas if you put it on auto and you don't have all the Doom bots, you won't use his special. And Doom's a fair amount of the damage for these tech nodes, and even in the Mystic nodes, even with Hela. Previously, if you don't have Doom, we'll go into the Mystic nodes and talk about some solutions for that, but you are kind of lacking damage in some of these, so that's not great there, because Strange is going to get to flip that, but we'll flip these ones over here, so it won't be the end of the world. Go ahead and hit Strange. Let's see the special first, and then we'll get the alt, which will basically bring the special back up after. And let's try and get Strange down. It's not going to happen. It's okay. He'll get the flip. Sure, he gets punched in the face pretty hard there. We want Doc Ock to use his ultimate, and Doom will actually have his ult here in a second as well. Bring top everyone back off, do a flip, and he's gonna flip us. Just clear off an evade there real quick, and let's use Doom's ult. That'll clear everything off. So you're gonna go 1, 2, and then 3 for the explosion, and then Doc's gonna get a couple of attacks. So 1, 2, 3, and as you see, that doesn't even kill Black Bolt, which is kind of ridiculous. So as you can see, Doom is providing a lot of the damage here. So if you don't have Doom, you know, you're going to want to substitute some damage. I'm thinking for the lane 6 that you'll actually end up needing maybe Falcon and Yellow Jacket. I don't know if you'll need Shuri anymore. You might be able to do like a Ghost Yellow Jacket for the synergy with Doom. And then Doc Ock, maybe Minerva for a revive, but not sure yet. That node is challenging, and you know, when I'm running lane 6, that is a node that I typically need to throw a burner at to get the Doom all out. That was annoying. As you can see, I put this on auto. Might take it off by the time we get back around to Doom to see if he has a special backup so I can use it. We do need some damage here. We're just getting punched and punched and punched. Actually got a minute until Doom's going to be up again. We do have a fair amount of sustain though. We just are lacking some damage. Get this Crossbones out here in a second. Black Bolt crushes my team because they're all tech, some of which are villain tech. And let's see, Doom just got energy and speed. We're gonna actually use a special here just for some extra damage. We'll do a defense up. And we'll put it back on auto. Don't really know where they are in the turn rotation for their abilities, but for this tech node, it's not as big of a deal as it is for the one in lane 6. More heals. I do just want to be careful here towards the end. Make sure Doom doesn't use an ult or something. So getting a little close to his turn, I do just want to take this off auto real quick and make sure that he's not going to use an ult. You got to be careful that I don't time out here though. Yeah, his ult would be next turn. Ghost uses her ult, some big damage, and we'll finish this up. Alright, on to Mystic. Alright, first Mystic node. So, the placement here. I put Hela here, Maw here, Doom over here, and then Thanos here, and leave Thanos and Maw next to each other because Maw is your primary healer here. So as you're killing, Maw's ult is going to be where most of your heals come from, and the energy keep feeding to him. I've never tried this with Silver Surfer, so this is the first time doing this with Silver Surfer, so interesting to see how this goes. But we'll see. I think he should be fine. I actually think he'll be a huge help for the Mystic boss on the Doom boss, just because he has a 2-turn ability block, which is incredibly helpful. We do just want to make sure that he has the energy for it when we get there. Little D up, little O down. We'll use an ult here just because, like I said, he's a lot of our damage. That was great. Use a basic here. We'll use an ult here just for the turn meter. And we'll get good energy back after this, so we can use some of these abilities here. We can use this, we'll have a little bit of time, and pretty much just basic on the way out for all of these. Let's get rid of her before she clears anything. This I'd say this actually went a little even faster than normal for me. I think this normally takes a little bit longer to clear, but that was pretty quick, pretty good, pretty easy. It'd be sweet if he was like anti-venom and flipped all negatives to positives and gave them back to himself, but I think that would just be ridiculously overpowered at that point. Put the taunt up there so we can eat that Captain Marvel ult. We'll just keep working on bringing Hulk down. And we're just going to keep getting basics. And we'll go into the next node ready with the Doom special. That really hurt. I'm going to actually just take some life back because Thanos is pretty beat up. I can imagine with Silver Surfer a little more geared up, the damage will be a little bit better here and more helpful, but All in all, first Mystic node, easy. Alright, so key thing here, don't attack the Fantastic Four because it stacks up the charges on She-Hulk, and that is really the problem. Interesting enough though, I've never done this with Silver Surfer, who can clear the charges, so that should make this way better. We use a special here, get some damage in. Just gonna basic here, and then I'm actually gonna wait till I get to Surfer's turn so I can use his ult and actually clear those charges, which is pretty cool because I've never been able to do that before. Thing hits like a just absolute savage. Let's get rid of that Falcon. We're gonna hit the Vision again, staying away from targeting the Fantastic Four because we don't want. I think she's got 3 charges there, so one more charge, and she would throw it back and probably kill someone. So we're gonna wipe the charges here. An ability block that we don't necessarily need, but that's fine. That didn't clear the charges. Maybe the clear charges on the special, and I don't know what I'm talking about. That is a strong possibility. And that's going to get rid of Thanos. So that's annoying, but not the end of the world. So 1, 2, 3. Just want to see. Yeah, so the clear charge is clear all charge. Yeah, so that actually didn't work, so that's interesting. I don't know that that can be resisted. I don't really know what's up with that. I don't think that has any like type of resist or anything. We want to kill a hero controller here first again, just because as we take damage, we'll get our barrier back up. So I typically will target like Scarlet Witch, and then go for Coulson after. I'm going to get some disrupts. Oh, this is going to kill her. So now I'm going to go for Coulson. And normally I'd have Thanos here, so I would actually kill this Mysterio next because he just gives free energy as you're killing his clones. I'm going to leave his special up, or his ultimate, excuse me, because I want it for Doom for the next node. Really, I'm curious if I can actually one-shot that node. That node can tend to be a pain. I would like to have a Doom special, would be nice, but not required. Then you want to kill Johnny first. I probably actually, now that I'm thinking about this, need to change maybe Hela here to a Raider or Skirmisher to help mark targets for Silver Surfer so he can get the double tap. And with that double tap, when he has that negative effect, still get a steal. So that's something I might have to look into. Got a lot of negative stacking up here. I'm going to throw it at the highest damage, which is Doom, which is pummeling Silver Surfer. Might be worth considering actually moving Doom over to where Surfer is, just to help get rid of that. Crushing Hela. We're going to probably use a Doom special here just to get rid of her. Wow, and it didn't even kill her. Cool. Alright, well, that's that node. And I think Silver Surfer should allow them to do that with a 2-turn ability block. But I don't know for a fact, so we'll see. Also need to see maybe Doom, I think, is level 90 G15, so his resist might be a little too high, so that's something we also need to look at, is can Surfer land that on Doom. But Surfer is a pretty decently hard counter to Dr. Doom. So we're just going to throw some attacks at Rocket here. I think I need them to be skirmishers. I need to change them so that they're targeting for Silver Surfer. I just haven't changed them yet, but I do need to make a change. But if they can do this, even with them not on the right ISOs, that would be pretty impressive. Hela's gonna die. Alright, so Surfer, let's see if he can land the ability block here. Which he does, which is huge. And if Hela gets to go, it would be nice. Because she can then use the spread. So we're going to do 1, 2. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill him in time here. Yeah. We're going to do a drain. We'll do a D up. Not that we really need it. We really want to take... He has an ability block, so he can't use his ult anyways. So we should be good to get through this Doom. Hopefully Squirrel Girl doesn't cleanse all this, because that would be terrible. Perfect. Alright. Attack. Going to basic. We really just need more damage. Silver Surfer, as he gets to be more yellows and filled out, is gonna be super helpful in terms of damage here. That was good. Normally that doesn't go quite as well with Doom. That 2-turn ability block is actually really helpful. And we can just keep pounding away on people here. And try not to time out, I guess. This Invisible Woman is a huge pain. If we could get actually another ability block relatively quick would be nice to keep her from using her ability with Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer has actually turned out to be a great 5th for this team. Those ability blocks are huge and super helpful, where I was kind of falling short previously. I didn't really have a great 5th. I do know others use Mordo here. I don't need anyone in any of these teams for the rest of this, so I'm going to put this on auto. And use the special. Nice. Hope that these guys clear this out in time. I don't know that they will, but let's find out. Let's see if they have enough damage to bring this down. Good ult there. Spread some debuffs. This is going shockingly well. Keep hitting him. For some reason, the Ghost Riders and like the Squirrel Girls in the Doom Raid are like aggressively good. D down. Alright, this ult should hopefully help seal the deal here before we time out. Let's get that Squirrel Girl dropped. Man. 23 seconds left. Can we do it? Yeah, SS really does add a ton to this fight. The ability, I've actually never one-shot this node before. Even people that do this with the mortal combination still have a hard time one-shotting this. I am probably going to time out here, but it still is really helpful for this node. Mutant nodes. So we'll do mutant nodes. You can do these relatively easy. My axemen are aggressively large, so I can do these on auto. Alright, this first mutant node is pretty simple. If you have axemen even halfway leveled, you'll be fine. Basically focus on getting a kill with bishop, get the turn meter started, and then basically you can put it on auto. If your axemen are not huge, focus your blinds, get your blinds on dock. Maybe do a stun on dock here. I don't really have to worry about it because I have a 6 red bishop and he's going to just kill everything. So it's not going to make a difference for me. You do got to be careful in the next node. You just don't want to get caught with a mag's blind and not have any cleanse, and things can kind of go sideways there. But for the most part, if you're careful about what you're doing, you should be fine with axemen. Blind out here doesn't matter. You see the triple tap there. You want to get rid of Yellow Jacket here. If you can take him down before Merc Lieutenant can make a move, it's ideal. If you can't, get rid of Merc Lieutenant so you don't get the speed ups and the offense ups. But if you have like a 400k axeman, you can more than likely get everyone down pretty quick. Just a note, you don't need to use a full axeman team here. If you just run the 3-piece, it's fine. You can run Bishop, Jubilee, and Beast here, and then you can sub in. You can take out Kitty or Iceman, either one, and leave those kind of in or out. But if you want to throw Sinister in here and Emma, those can be good substitutes as well. I know a lot of people have already built Sinister and Emma and don't have the full axemen. So if you just wanted to focus particularly on a couple axemen, do the 3-piece, which is Jubilee, Beast, and Bishop. Again, gonna run full axemen here. The Beast basic to do a flip here. You've still got a taunt over here from Bishop. Squirrel Girl's gonna have a cleanse, but I still typically use Iceman's ult first turn anyways. If he has it, just get the damage out there, and then really prioritize making a kill here. This fight can go pretty poorly if that Captain Marvel targets Kitty or Beast, because she can one-shot Kitty or Beast there if they don't have a defense up. So that's one thing that can make this go kind of sideways for you. But beyond that, once you get through most of those attacks, you end up really just being fine. Start targeting down people here. You want to have Bishop down and Red Guardian down and Squirrel Girl down before the next wave pops in, because you're going to get another Bishop pop in, and if you get too many of them up at once, it can get really annoying, and then a blob comes in after that. So there's a lot of taunts out there. You can see Bishop just destroyed Punisher and then Squirrel Girl, which is awesome. I'll actually use this here, get a Disrupt on, and then still hit this Kitty. And then there's the Bishop with the taunt. I'll just throw a blind on him because he'll be retaliating. and we'll use this because we just want to try and kill people around him here. The more kills we get, the faster the team speeds up. That's all we're really trying to do, is keep speeding the team up and keep getting kills, and we want to be able to essentially kill Magneto before he does a blind. If you have a smaller Axeman, you really want to get to him first. You know, at this level, even if he gets the blind off, it typically won't make a difference for me. So we'll go ahead, we'll get, yeah, so there's the Ton over there. We'll do this, see if we get a kill here. We don't, which is fine. And we'll do this, see if maybe we can grab a kill. Still no kills, slows all over. Blinds. And maybe this can get us a kill, get some more turn meter running in our favor. Perfect, couple kills actually. There's another kill, and this will help us just clean up the board here, and that'll be it for that. And here we will take out these guys, and easy enough. Alright, there's the second mutant node. Alright, this is the last mutant node. A lot of people, what they currently do with this is they bring in the Dad Bros with Sinister and they clone Longshot, and they do that to get to the node. There is an issue with that, even with G15, G14, Longshot, Dad Bros, Shatterstar. You can still time out. So I actually like to run this variation. I think this is easier for a lot of players too, because everyone already built Sinister and Phoenix for Dark Dimension. So you've already got these two pieces. Not everyone built the Dad Bros over. Alright, one of the most important things here is we're just going to target Longshot for a minute. We don't want to do too much damage to Doom, so we're not going to target him first. We don't want him to take damage because we don't want him to gain energy and also speed and turn meter. Second most important thing for this node is, obviously, if you were using Sinister prior, you want to make sure Sinister has his clone up. If you're running the Axeman, then that's not an issue. But you do need to make sure right here that Jubilee has her ult. And that is important because we're going to use her ult to stun Black Bolt, which doesn't matter that much if he doesn't get stunned, but what does matter is that a slow lands on Doom. If a slow doesn't land on Doom there, then when you go and clone Doom, the enemy AI Doom is going to ult before your Doom, and you're likely going to end up losing, or at the very least, wiping most of this team. So, you see we get the clone there. You can use the special there. That's probably the wrong play, honestly. You know, most of the time now I just use a basic there, and I target Longshot, kill him, put some blinds on Black Bolt and Shatterstar, and kill these two over here. And you're just waiting, kind of buying time for your Doom's ult to come up before the other one. Even using this ult here is still a little risky because you don't want that Doom to get energy or speed, and you want your Doom to go first. So most of the time I just kill Black Bolt there, apply some blinds, let our Doom get built up. It's fine that Emma ended up using the blind of Bishop, not hitting the other Doom again, and then you'll see we'll get our ult right here from Doom, and as we get that ult, this basically just goes on auto for the rest of the match. So this is an alternate solution for the Doom raids. I know a lot of people are using Dad Bros. I have a G15 Longshot and a G14 Dad Bros. Feel free to check out the channel. I've got individual videos just on this node specifically, and some other options. People want to see it with Kitty, without Kitty, with Iceman, without Iceman. I do have those variances also on the channel. Feel free to subscribe, like the videos, even check out the Discord. I do have other videos, and I do make content for people when they request it. So if you want to see a different variant or a team, be more than happy to make it. The one issue with the Dad Bros is it can time out. I have, I think they're both like 130, 140k. Even when you clone Longshot, there's a ton of bleeds that stack up, and the other team never gets to take a turn. Therefore, the bleeds never get to happen. So that one can cause an issue where you get down to call it 10-15 seconds left, and you can't finish off the Black Bull or the Squirrel Girl or the Ghost Rider or whoever's left here. Whereas with this combination and team, you can finish this node relatively quickly with like a minute or 2 minutes left. And you know, I understand I have a 6 red bishop, so he does a ton of damage and probably a bit more than some others may, but regardless, I do think this kills faster and is more reliable. But really, you know, for the Alliance is looking at 30%. Two-shotting this node is not a big deal either, especially if you didn't have the resources to invest into Dad Bros. But I get into that a bit more on another video, so feel free to stop by and check that one out if you want. Alright, so we just finished up the Axeman boss. We're going to go into the first bio node. Bio is the first two nodes are pretty easy. Full 5 symbiotes. I did invest quite a bit more into my symbiotes when I was finding I was having a hard time with the bio boss. So they're all G15 now. You're going to need them all pretty much G15 anyways. You're going to take Symbiote, Spider-Man, Carnage, and Anti-Venom, and Scream for Dark Dimension 4, or Venom over Carnage. You know, one way or another. You're going to take at least 4 of them anyways for Dark Dimension 4, and likely use them in Dark Dimension 3 too. So, not a big deal to bring them all up to G15. Most of them are there anyways. This first node is really not too challenging. You know, first I always target Miss Marvel first over here. You know, no one ever dies on that opener, which is nice. Carnage is gonna heal back up. I put the D down, then I'll use Scream's O down, and then I'll do the, you know, the typical steal from Anti-Venom. I think everyone knows this. You know, when I first started doing these nodes, I wanted to ability block Ronin, but you let Ronin drop in his minions and get more turn meter. So I don't go after Ronin, I don't ability block him, let him bring his minions in and clear. We're going to get more turn meter because we're going to kill the minions as we go here, and then now we're just in control for the rest of the fight. So we'll get our energy back up. We're going to go ahead, we'll attack Scrover for a minute, but we're going to kick back to Captain Marvel here and do a turn meter rewind just to make sure that we're staying ahead. We'll do a quick kill there, and then you know, eventually I'll jump back over to Squirrel Girl and make sure she gets taken down, because Squirrel Girl can obviously be a problem for the symbiotes, but we're so far ahead in the turn meter at this point, it doesn't matter. We're going to keep getting speed as we go, and you'll see that throughout the rest of this node. You can kind of change your target here. You know, you can stun Captain Marvel here. You can stun Squirrel Girl or Strife. My symbiotes are right around 625 right now, so I don't have to be super selective with who I go after there. If you are using a smaller symbiote, you might want to do a stun there on Captain Marvel, or even Proxima or Strife, just to keep the offense downs off you. And you want to get Squirrel Girl down pretty quick because you don't want her to keep pulling the buffs. I'm going to basic on the way out of this. You know, I don't need to use their special. I'm going to have everything up and ready for the next node. The next node is a little bit more challenging. You do just need to pay attention to what you're doing. I have found, you know, when I do this on an emulator, I do time out. So as I record this, I think I end up timing out on the next node, but if you're doing it on your phone, it's much faster, so you typically don't have that issue. But it was also, you know, maybe I was talking to Chad and did a couple misplays, but whatever it is. So keep going through here, everything's stacking up, getting the basics out. Again, not using any abilities. You can, I mean, you've got enough turns left here. If you need to use some alts and some specials, you have enough turns left to do that. But I don't need to for these. So some basics. We'll take these last two down, and then we will hop into the next node. Don't forget, if you guys like any of this content, you want to see more requests or anything, in the description I will have links to my Discord, as well as my Twitch. Feel free to stop by, ask for specific content, and please, if you can, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It helps build awareness on the channel. Really appreciate that. So we're gonna hop into the next bio node here. I think a lot of people probably have a good understanding of, you know, how they do this node, but we'll run through it anyways. Again, we're gonna go full symbiotes. And what we're going to do here is the main difference between timing out and not timing out is knowing when to stop hitting Greg. So you're going to target Greg first. You want to get the turn meter in your favor. You want to get a couple turns going. I think I actually played this wrong anyways. I think I was talking to Chad and I was messing around, but go kill Greg. Greg's going to pop back up. I use a basic here. You can stun Symbiote Spider-Man there if you want to, but I use the basic to spread the D down. I'm going to use the special here to spread an O down. You know, it's nice if you can get an O down, D down on the same person there. Didn't happen this time, so I just go take the D up, go kill Greg again, and then I'll target Greg another time here. And this is typically like right once I get through here. I'll probably do like one more. You want Greg to kind of spawn in the middle of that Riot Guard and JJ. You'll see here I'm going to do the stun on Symbiote Spider-Man. You do want to stun him because you don't want him to stun your team, and then you start getting some of those AoEs anyways. So go back over here. We'll reduce turn meter for everyone. I don't have a ton of bleed stacked here, and I probably should have held this ult until I had a couple more bleeds stacked. It would have helped kill people a lot faster, and this is where I start going after Riot Guard. Typically by this time I'll have more bleeds stacked. It just depends on where that Greg spawns and where you chain to, but you want to kind of keep chaining. I try and take out Jessica and Riot Guard first. The Taskmaster, the Hela, they're really no issue. They're not even going to get another turn. You're going to keep killing Gregs. You're going to go ahead and do a special here and extend those and get more turn meter. Now we're just going to we're going to kill Riot Guard and kill JJ. Get those off the board as we come in here. Even when if you play this on your phone and play it perfectly, I find that I run down to like the last 30 seconds where I'm trying to kill Scream and Carnage before everything times out. Right here I probably could have switched over and gone back for Greg. Got more turn meter in my favor. I think now I'm looking at it and I'm talking to Chad and I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna time out. I wasn't paying attention, so I think I start to pay attention a little bit more here. But I want to keep my cooldowns ready for the next node. You're going to the next node, and obviously there is we use a burn on the bio node. Even if you just waste a team on a burn, it's fine. You want to get some of those specials out of the way and ults. Makes life a little bit easier. But as you can see here, I start going for Symbiote Spider-Man. Normally by this time I have Taskmaster down, and Symbiote Spider-Man is pretty much down too. I'm going back and getting another stun here. Really not necessary. You want this to chain to Greg, keep the turn meter going. Let's see, I'm talking to Viking about building a computer, so I'm not paying attention quite as much as I should be. Get the basics. We'll take Symbiote Spider-Man off the board. Then the special, start knocking down Taskmaster. Normally I'll have Taskmaster stacked up with a lot more debuffs here, and I should have been going for Taskmaster here anyways. Killing Hela is really not a priority because we're getting turn meter from the Greg. So now I start going for Taskmaster. I think I use another alt here from Venom. So we get more turn meter. Again, right here, like we want Taskmaster to go down, but we want JJ to go down too. JJ's an issue. We don't want her to do a cleanse. So we're gonna move back over. I'm targeting Carnage. I should be targeting JJ. We target JJ here, and we want to kill JJ here first. And then when you get an ability block, you want to ability block Falcon here. So this is really not played properly. You do want to jump over, ability block Falcon, and if you can stun JJ, that's ideal. And then you just spread the buffs. Normally, Carnage and Scream will spawn in together on that side, on the left side over there, and that's a bit easier because you can do the spread on them over there. So, but yeah, you'll see. I think I'm like just about ready to time out, and this is obviously don't love this about the symbiotes in general. They're a great team, but they just don't kill fast enough. They stack all those debuffs, but then the other team doesn't get a chance to take the turn, and they don't die. So here we go, timed out. I'm gonna pop back in here and finish this node real quick. That's an easy one-shot node. If you have a 600 plus symbiotes, you shouldn't time out on that. Just don't do it on an emulator and pay attention to what you're doing. Pretty much the basics of that, but oh well. So this will pop back in. We'll clean this up real quick. Then we'll go into the boss node. Boss node is a bit more challenging. You do need to know what you're doing. You do need to have control of the node. We'll get rid of Falcon here. I'm saving my alt because we want that alt. Typically you want that for Strange. And you want communication going into the boss node, because you want to know what alts and specials have been used and who's up and who you need to target. You need to know if you need to stun Strange, or if you can just go straight for a quick kill on Scarlet Witch. So it is important to know where you're at. So we'll just finish up Jessica Jones here, and then finish up Electro, and keep going from there. Alright, so we're loading in. As you can see, Strange is already down, so it looks like whoever attacked first actually went in with their symbiotes for the burn. Most times you won't use your symbiotes for the burn. I like to use like Miss Marvel, Invisible Woman, Black Bolt, and like Yo-Yo, and basically just get through the alts. But this is fine. He did take down Strange. So I'm going to go ahead and, basically just keep spreading buffs as much as possible. I want to kill Jessica quickly. And then we're going to kind of target this middle section. The Ghost Rider can be a pain here because he'll keep shooting you even after you make kills, which adds up to quite a bit of damage. You want to keep that Mordo stunned as much as possible. Or at least keep his turn meter down, because you don't want him to hit you with blinds or stuns or heal blocks that can really throw everything off for you. Get immunities up is great. That Electro hits pretty hard right there. And we're going to go over to Ghost Rider. Still, again, not a lot of bleeds when I use that spread. Definitely want to make sure you've got 3 or 4 bleeds out there to spread. And then if you have a T4 and Venom's ultimate, that bleed spread will be substantially more damage. But I'm going to go through, I'm going to take out Ghost Rider here, target him down, get him out of the way. Most of the time you would stun, if you're coming into this opening, you're going to stun Doctor Strange, and then I typically go for Scarlet Witch for turn meter and JJ, and then you can kick back over and get Strange down, and then you want to kill this Ghost Rider Vision, and then I'll go for the Mordo, take him off the board. You do want to make sure Colossus can't do a taunt. I do let him taunt over here, which is a little annoying. Get some more turn meter there. Right there, I probably could have finished off Ghost Rider, but it's fine. Still spreading more buffs. Click over to Graviton, use the special. It's gonna stack all the buffs again, and we're gonna go ahead and steal all those. I think Colossus gets his taunt off here, which is not good. My ability block Squirrel Girl because we do not want her to clear all these buffs. That would go terrible for us. But now we have we want to get rid of Squirrel Girl, and we need to get rid of that Falcon. We don't want to get the speed up over there. So 2 big targets here. We're gonna stun her as well, and then we're gonna jump over to Falcon here. You can just stun the Falcon and stay on the Squirrel Girl. It's really up to you. But basically, you just want to make sure they're both controlled, regardless of how you do it. So that's gonna basically clean up this. I think I'm gonna get, so go to, do some basics. We'll wind some turn meter on Falcon. Again, we don't want him to do a special and speed up their team. We want to get that taunt off Colossus, and he's got a lot of bleeds on now. And then we should be switching back over to Falcon here. Just want to spread some bleeds. We're going to extend all of those bleeds and add a couple more. Now we're back on Falcon. Got a lot of bleeds on him, so he should drop here. I'm gonna keep right there. You could special if you wanted to finish him off. He's going to go down anyways, as you see there. And then we're going to go back over here. We want to take out Squirrel Girl. So basically, I'm going to end up timing out here. So it'll be open for someone. I'm going to put it on auto because I just want to go as fast as possible. But basically, we're going to clear out the Squirrel Girl and the Mordo and make it relatively easy for, whoever's coming in to clean this to finish it up. Squirrel Girl getting her special off there is annoying. Obviously we get a ton of debuff stacked everywhere, so that's not super helpful, but not a big deal. It's not like the symbiotes are dying. The main issue here is really timing out. So focus on stacking the bleeds and the ability blocks, and then controlling the targets you need to control. And then you can do this in a 2-shot. This one's going to end up taking us 3, but I'm running this lane solo, so the other 2 members will come in, and one of them did the burn, and then the second one will do the cleanup, so not a big deal. You'll see times out there, not a big deal. 3rd member will come in and do another symbiotes. Alright, this is the last part of the skill section. I think this is where most people get stuck. I am going to show you a 1-shot on this node, a 1-shot on the 2nd skill node, and then kind of a 2-shot on the last node. You still technically need to clean up, but this is the cleanest way that I've gone through these nodes. There is a little bit of RNG here, but for the most part, it does work pretty well. I was trying to do this with Night Nurse at level 75 G14, and I was not able to do this. I just recently brought her to level 80 G15, and it made a massive difference and allowed me to get clean 1-shots. Her healing, you'll see, just sustains them through these fights. This first node, I think a fair amount of people get through this, and not the end of the world, but we're going to offense down, basically clear some deflects here. and then ability block Hela so she doesn't do her spreads. And then we're going to click over to Blob and do a blind. Blob's retaliation hurts a lot, and I let Punisher get his ability off too here. But now I'm going to kick back over to use the special, and then we're going to target Hela and try and get her down. So she's down. We're going to save that stun. We want to save it for when Anti-Venom comes in. I'm going for an ability block there. We don't get it. We do have a stun up. We're going to just clear the deflects on Venom, and we're going to slowly take out a couple of these guys. We're going to just slow down AV so Proxima can then get the stun in. She's stunned, then go back to JJ and take her down, and then we'll take out the Blob. We do have another stun here. Right here, I was trying to conserve abilities. It's still a little too early, and that's one thing I'd say about these nodes is don't hesitate to use your abilities. I know you want them saved for the next nodes, but if you don't use them, you can die in this node. So you kind of got to use them and keep them up and ready. I kind of get lucky in a couple of these where, you know, I don't use them. Like instead of healing there, you know, they don't come in and attack the right person. So it's a big shot. We do heal up. We're going to go ahead and we'll take out Punisher. Again, we could have done a stun on someone. You know, we do ability block there. I start to realize, like, I'm not even close to done the node yet. It's fine to use the abilities. We're going to get a couple rotations left. It does take a while to kill AV. It's going to take a minute to kill Blob. No big deal, use the abilities. So take the heals off from AV, get AV down. We're going to go ahead and we're going to target Carnage. You'll notice this entire match I didn't use the taunt once from Red Guardian. I could have used it on his second turn. As I look back on this, it really wouldn't have been a big deal to use it. You know, I was trying to conserve because really the big issue is the next node. The next node is a much harder one shot, and you want all of the abilities up to get through it. If you don't have them, it's really a problem. It's really hard to beat without them. So I basic on the way out here, no big deal. And then we're going to move into the second skill node. This is really important how you prioritize, and there is a little bit of RNG here, and you can actually do this and get bad RNG and still actually come back from it, just so you know. But it's still it's really hard. So we're going to run the same exact team. We're going to run this team through all three of these nodes. Really important how you open this. How you open this will dictate whether or not you win or lose. So as we load in, we're going to target Taskmaster. And you'll notice I have all my abilities up because I used all basics on the way out on the first node. But we're going to target Taskmaster first. We're going to open with a Proxima special. And we're going to clear, or put offense down, clear with Zemo, and then ability block Taskmaster. Now that's huge. Now we're going to click over to Negasonic and blind. Now this blind can hit Rhino, and if it does, it can be a pain. I've had it hit Rhino and not clear everything, which has also been helpful. We're going to end up taking out Strange here. We're going to be able to come back around. So Strange is now gone. We're still going to target Taskmaster. We want to get him out of here. And then when Proxima has this turn meter rewind and stun, go back over to X23. We now have another stun up, and we're going to hit Taskmaster again. We don't want blinds. We don't want X23 using ult. We don't want Negasonic using her ult. Like, all of those things can really hurt us. So Night Nurse heals us back up. And really, once we get through that part of the wave of the node, is really the hardest part. If you can get through that, you're looking pretty good here. There is one massive heavy hitter on the next node, and that is the Thing. Or sorry, in the next wave, the Thing hits like a truck. I don't do a great job of controlling him here, but you definitely want to do better than what I did, because it can become a huge issue. So we use an ability block there. Don't know that we need that yet. we're using it anyways. We really should save those ability blocks for Rescue and Deadpool. Couldn't think of his name, sorry. But you want to get the ability blocks here on Rescue and Deadpool. I didn't need to put them on Negasonic or X23 there. We're going to do an offense down. Probably should target Thing there. Just want to make sure that he has it on him because he does hit so hard. Proxima comes close to dying there, and again, there's a chance that we could have lost someone there, but we don't. So this is going to end up being a really clean one-shot. It doesn't always go that way. There's definitely potential. I'm going to stun Thing here. And you want to lock down the Thing and Deadpool because they both hit really hard. As you can see, he almost just one-shotted Proxima. So you want to make sure they're taken out. I use a blind here. Obviously a blind doesn't work on Bullseye, so it's counterproductive. But we're going to heal back up. We're going to look to take him out. And there you see Deadpool again almost one-shots my Zemo, so we lock him up with a stun. And AB over on Bullseye, that probably should have been put on Rescue. And now we'll just clean these last three up. But this really comes down to locking people down, using the ability blocks properly, using the stuns properly. And I played the first wave of this node properly. You can kind of tell I got lucky on the second part and didn't play it properly. So really focus on the second part when you're running through there. Make sure that you've got all the abilities where they need to go. But that's going to wrap this one up, and then we will have all of our abilities up and ready to go into the boss node. Alright, going into the last node, the skill boss, A9 with Doom. This node is really hard. If you made it this far and watched the video, please leave a subscribe on the video. Check out the channel. Come into the Discord if you guys want to request any content. We'll be more than happy to help make some stuff, whatever you're looking for, or answer questions. This node is really particular in the order that you use abilities. You really need to do it in a specific way. So we're going to open here with a basic on Maw to try and get as many buffs as possible. So we get everything off him and then use a Zemo ability block. So Maw can't come in and do a DFO down, which is huge. We're then going to blind him so he doesn't do any damage either. And really, we're taking out Maw and we're trying to take Cyclops out of this fight. There's a really big piece coming up here. So that special, you target a Doombot, and the reason for it is you want to make sure that that Doombot dies. And you'll see he gets killed here by Zemo. And that's incredibly important because if that Doombot dies, now when Doom does his ult, which you'll see he does get his ult off, we're going to use a Proxima, Stun, Slow, Terminator Rewind on Doom, giving ourselves more time. We have a Taskmaster Stun for Cyclops. Cyclops, we don't want him to get an ult off either because if he does, he'll wipe the whole entire squad. So, healing back up, we're going to retarget Maw here in a second and keep going and get him taken down. Keep targeting Maw, he should come down in a minute here. And there goes Maw, perfect. So now we're going to see, I'm going to keep going after Cyclops. I really try and kill him here before Doom goes. I don't get him down, which is fine. Doom uses his ult. And you'll see here, because he doesn't have offense up, he actually doesn't use his special to wipe the team. So now we're good to go again. We go ahead and we want to pull the defense up off from Doom. We want to try and land an ability block there on Cyclops, which we did, which worked out great. And then we're going to just target Cyclops and try and take him down. I put another ability block just because I want his passive up to help clear out some more of these Doom bots, because you don't want Doom to keep stacking buffs. And Zemo's passive can help clear those without having to actually go target them. So he does some good damage over there, and just by bouncing around some attacks we'll actually get some of them cleared off here. You do actually, if you can leave some up, it's not the end of the world. Going into the next notes, you don't have a full wave drop in, but really the emphasis here for me is kill Cyclops. Get him off the board, don't let him ult. I go back over to Doom, do a slow and a rewind. You can see Night Nurse is putting in work with some heals. She's keeping the whole team alive here. We go back to Cyclops, we're going to take him out. Another stun just to make sure that he doesn't get an ult off, it doesn't kill him. And then we're going to keep attacking. We're going to taunt and some heals, some more heals, and that should finish him. And then we're going to switch over to Doom. Put an offense down on everyone, start attacking Doom. No one else is dropping in, and we're just going to use pretty much all basics on Doom because we're getting close to timing out here. I'm gonna try and take him down here. Then I notice that the clock starts getting close, and then it's not gonna happen. So I end up just going back to basics and setting myself up for the next try here. So getting through this Doom, not losing the team, and being able to come back in for a second attempt is huge. I know a lot of people need to 4-tap this, if not 5, or they just straight up can't get through this. I don't know that I would call this a reliable 2-tap, but it definitely can be done in 2. It certainly is an easy clean in 3, as long as you can follow these first steps for the initial attack on Doom. And you'll see I'm getting really close. He's getting about halfway. I'm really not using all my abilities. I'm going to get everything back up. Get an offense down out there. Just a basic instead of going for an ability block. Going to make sure that we're all set up for when we come back in here for the second attempt. I'm going to eat a Namor ult. I think we have a Night Nurse ult coming up as well. So Night Nurse will heal us all up, so we'll be up and ready to go when we come back in here for the next attack. And Doom is like 3 little slivers left here, and I'm just trying to basic as fast as I possibly can to get out of here, but it doesn't end up happening. There we go, we timed out, but Doom is essentially dead. Maw's off the board, Cyclops is off the board, there's no threats on the board. So we'll go ahead, we'll click back in, spend some cores, give it a second attempt here. And I did this right, so I did my first run at night and then switched over into the next day. So you could do this, like right now we're doing 60%, 30% every other day. I'm running this lane solo, so if you're doing this with a lane mate, this is way easier. I'm doing this lane by myself, so I am using a little bit of extra energy. I could have waited for my timer to reset, but I just wanted to put this all in one clean shot for video sakes purposes. So you can do this without spending a ton of cores. I mean, you probably could do it with spending like 50 energy or 100 energy total. But this is important. So when we get back to She-Hulk here, we want a stun locker. We're going to put a slow on Mr. Fantastic. We're going to get a taunt up. I'm going to put an ability block on her. But you need Proxima here to do a stun on She-Hulk. So get her stunned. And now you can kind of move around. Go for a stun here. Just not a good play. She had an evade. That was not the right thing to do. Could have stunned Heimdall or Namor, or Mr. Fantastic would have been the right choice. And then you get a blind when you come back around. So when Taskmaster comes back, you do want to put the blinds on Mr. Fantastic so he doesn't do that right there. Ability block doesn't matter. She's already been ability blocked. I'm going to move over to Mr. Fantastic, put a blind in him, because you don't want him buff stripping with his attacks. So then we're going to go back over. We want to kill Psylocke. She's blinded. We kind of misplayed that. You know, we let her throw the negative debuffs back at us. Not the best move, but it's fine. As you'll see, we'll still get through and we'll still take down She-Hulk. And really, that's the biggest part of this second attack, is like you need to make sure She-Hulk is taken off the board. So whoever's coming in for cleanup, or if you're going to go for the finish, like She-Hulk needs to go down because she's the problem. You see, I'm trying to click basics, or I wanted my wanted an ability block there, didn't have it. And go ahead, keep working on Psylocke. When Proxima comes back up, we're going to stun She-Hulk again. There goes Psylocke. Kick over to Mr. Fantastic. Right here, we should probably start targeting Mystique, because we don't want to keep adding charges to She-Hulk. So we're going to go back. Same thing as what you're doing in the Mystic nodes. Go back to targeting someone that's not She-Hulk, so she doesn't throw all of those buffs. She's got her taunt up now, which is fine. Proxima's going to have her stun up here in a minute, and we're going to be able to stun She-Hulk again. So see there, we lose Zemo, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. We'll stun She-Hulk. We're still gonna have enough left to bring down. We'll get a stun back on Mr. Fantastic. Enough left to bring down She-Hulk, but without Zemo, we do lose a significant amount of damage. But it's enough. We still have enough left. We can kill She-Hulk, get out of this node, fine, and just make it simple enough for a quick cleanup after this. But we'll finish up. We'll take out She-Hulk. And then we'll jump right there. That blind should have been targeted at Mr. Fantastic. So he doesn't do this, which is fine. But I think I just throw this on auto because I know I'm running out of time. And I want that She-Hulk to go down. So I'm really not controlling what I'm doing for attacks here. We do need a little bit more damage. I probably could bring... right now, Taskmaster is at level 4 Striker. He could go up to level 5. Night Nurse level 4 healer, Red Guardian is a level 4 healer, and then Proxima is a level 4 skirmisher. So I definitely could bring them to level 5 and add more damage, and this might be able to get through these a little more clean and a little faster. But you know, for now it's not bad. They are all G15. They are all level 80. I do have T4s and Night Nurse passive, all special. Red Guardian has his passive and I think his special. Proxima, I think, has all of her T4s, and then Taskmaster has his passive and alt, I believe. But that's pretty much it for this video. You're going to see a timeout here. Thank you for watching it. Again, please subscribe if you want more from the channel. Check out the description. There'll be a link for the Discord, YouTube, and Twitch stream. Come by the Twitch stream, say hi if you got questions. But again, thanks for watching, and take care.